Right, so let's take the stack to green path. Now we need to exit the station and drop all the way down to the bottom level of green path. All enemies here drop comparatively little geo, so unless you need them for the Hunter's Journal, feel free to skip all of them. Let's first go a bit to the right in order to pick up a Hallownest seal. It's just below us, we couldn't get to it without Isma's tier ability. Now let's head back and go all the way to the left, where we'll have to complete a platforming challenge in order to reach Neomaster Shio's hut. Unlike the Garpits and Golems, you can kill Durandals and Durandas as long as you hit them where they're vulnerable. Now we have a series of super dashes and some pogo jumping ahead of us. Here we don't actually have to super dash between the Durandas, we could use a regular dash and then pogo jump and another regular dash. Here again we could skip the super dash and just pogo jump the whole way, but using a super dash first saves a couple of seconds. There's only a little bit more until we reach Neomaster Shio's hut. There's also a Rancy deck we can collect. One last super dash and we're done. Let's quickly grab the bench and go inside to learn a new Neo art.
Finelo, bam.
Now we could have simply warped to the Lake of Foon bench, but I wanted to open the shortcut at the entrance of the platforming challenge. It's not as if we are going to be using it again, but Cutting the vine drops the boulder and gives us access to this upper route in case we need it later. And now we can save quit and warp to the Lake of Foon bench. Now we can super dash all the way to the left until we reach the entrance to Un's abode. Now we just need to go to the bottom and wait for him to show up and vomit the Shape of Un charm. Now we could either walk back the way we came, or save quit and warp to the stack station and then go up until we reach the room where the Vengefly King used to be. The bench warp mode literally saves hours of traveling time, and personally I very much appreciate this. So now let's head up through the exit at the top. The Moss Knights are still very much worth killing. They go down much faster with our current upgrades and drop a good amount of geo. Let's go check up on the remains of Master Zod so we can unlock the neglected achievements. I'm not being disrespectful, we actually do have to hit his skull in order to unlock the achievements. Now let's continue right into the next room where we will be able to collect another charm. Let's head right for a bit and then climb the central rock that's hollow and has a geostone inside it. We'll collect the geo and then head back up a bit and continue right until we reach a chest. Opening the chest will look like it's empty, but actually there's a hole inside. Dropping down, we'll get ambushed by two Elder Balders. With our current upgrades, we'll easily be able to finish them off, even though this is a melee build. And now we can head right to collect the Balder Shell Charm. We're almost done here, so let's head back up and collect another grub just before the entrance to the Howling Cliffs area. And here's the grub. Let's go back left and enter the Howling Cliffs. First, let's go get a King's Idol, just laying in the open to the left. Now we should go back a bit and activate the Whispering Root. It's another root with a lot of essence orbs. There are several geostones we can collect while looking for the orbs, and we will also pass by Cornifer. Fortunately, the enemies here are extremely weak, so you don't have to worry about them at all. Do remember this broken wall, we'll have to come back to it in a bit. And here's Cornifer. Let's go greet him and buy his map.
Make him no escuchen.
Now we continue with the orb collection. And finally we're done. Now let's go back to that broken wall I mentioned before. Dropping down we will find the Wanderer's Journal. Just right of it is another cracked wall we can break. Continuing right, we'll find the nightmare lantern, and further behind is a strange bug's body we could dream now. Now let's go back to the lantern and hit it a few times until it activates. With this, we've summoned the Grim Troop. Now let's go back to Cornifer. Right of him is a passage into a huge dark room. It's not too difficult to traverse, but there are a few spikes and other hazards. At the end we'll exit into Johnny's final resting place, where we will find another charm. While it's not particularly difficult, you still have to be somewhat careful as the platforms are quite small. We are done with the platforming. Let's go get that charm. Johnny's blessing will be essential in getting through the lifeboat's door in the abyss, but we're still quite a ways away from that. Now let's go back to Cornifer and continue climbing. Now we need to reach the top of the Howling Cliffs and go through the exit on the right. In this room we need to keep to the ground level until we reach Nailmaster Mato's hut. Here's the entrance. Let's go inside, unlock the bench and learn our third and final nail art.
To sta cocando.
We are done with the Howling Cliffs for now. Let's go back outside, climb to the top and super dash to Dirtmouth. Alternatively, we could simply bench warp to there. The Grim Troop has arrived, but for now the only thing we'll do in this DLC is collect the Grim Chout charm. So let's enter the Watch tent and talk with Grim. There is no point in using divine services to convert the fragile charms into their unbreakable versions, since we can't afford to have them breaking anyway.
Babala Geno.
As I said, we will ignore the content of this DLC for now. Let's go out and visit Sly in his basement. We only need to collect the Nailmaster's Glory Charm and then we'll leave. Next we can go talk with the Gravedigger spirit and release him with our Dream Nail. The Gravedigger spirit is just to the right of the well. Now let's go visit the Grub Father and collect our rewards for saving his grubs. The Forgotten Crossroads have now become infected, so we will encounter the mutated versions of some of the old denizens of this area. The Grub Father has lots of rewards for us, but the most important one is another Pale Ore. With it we can now go and get our third nail upgrade from the Nailsmith. We are done collecting rewards. Let's go back to Dirtmouth. You can either walk there or save quits. It's about the same time-wise. Once there, we could go by the Resting Grounds map.
Bapanada.
Let's sit on the bench and get some leveling up done. After that we will warp to King's Station, since we have some stuff to do in the eastern part of the city. Okay, so let's head left, and once we are in the city proper, we have to find the entrance to the pleasure house and open it with a simple key. As usual, let's try to kill as many of the Great Husk sentries as possible. With our current level, they're extremely easy to kill and a great source of geo. Just here to the left is the entrance to the pleasure house. Let's use the elevator and get to the top floor and enjoy the performance of the songstress Marissa. What a beautiful voice. Now let's kill her. Let's go upstairs and use the bench at the hot springs, as well as open the shortcut to the elevator shaft leading to the resting grounds. We are done with the top floor. Let's go back to the elevator and go down 2 floors to grab a Rancy tag. Further to the right is also the spirit of Poggy Thorax. Let's chat with him and dream nail him as well. Now let's go back to the elevator shaft and drop down 2 more floors to get the geo vault on the left. One floor down and to the right is a hole we can drop down into, where there's a Wanderer's Journal. And with that, we are done with the pleasure house for now. It's time to go visit Lem and sell our stuff. Before that, let's not forget to kill another Great Husk sentry. Selling our items will take some time, but we really need the geo, as the nail upgrade alone will set us back 2000 geo.
Opal, velmi ardred. Opal, velmi ardred. Moira's son, velmi ardred. Opal, velmi ardred. Moira's son, Helmadelka.
It's finally time to visit the nailsmith. Hey guys! I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want to see more from this game, you can check out my playlist over there. If you like my content, please press the like button, and if you have any comments, opinions or suggestions, I would love to hear from you in the comment section. Thank you for spending your time with me and hope to see you again next time. Until then, have a good one.